Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you. What's happening, everybody? How are you? We'll wait for some people to come in, but I know that there are replay viewers. Hold on a second. The lights all screwed up. Okay. Hope that you're doing well. Hope that replay viewers are doing well. I hope that live viewers are doing well. If you're here, please say hello. We'll get to our talk in just a second. I'm just trying to find my notes here. Make sure I got my notes going on here. That is. Sorry, I'm looking for a minute. There we go. I think that's it. I don't know. Yeah, there. Okay. All right, everybody. Before we talk, we're gonna sit and do a little meditation. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever that is. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna do a little meditation today. Well, not meditation. We don't really meditate here. We're just going to what? We're gonna breathe. We're just gonna breathe for a little while. Okay? All right. Let me just make sure this is all good. Oh, better. Okay. All right. So all we're gonna do is sit quietly and breathe. That's all we're doing. Okay? So let me turn this timer on. It's always a good way to start your day, if you're just starting your day. Some of you are. Okay, let me turn it on. We'll do that. Okay, here we go. I think it should go. Let's see. There we go. All right, just breathe. Take a few deep breaths. Open your eyes whenever you're ready. Good morning, UMR. Umar. This character enjoys your course content. That's very nice. That's a very nice thing to say. Umar. Is that right? Umar? Thank you very much. I'm glad that you do. We're going to be talking. Well, I can't not talk about the course. Most of you know that. Well, you might not know. You might be new here. That I have been studying, teaching, been a teacher and a student of A Course in Miracles for over 40 years. This is my book, just so you know. There you go. You can tell I do a little bit of work. I run 3 groups on A Course in Miracles, and it's my great pleasure to introduce A Course in Miracles to people that don't know it, and also people that have been doing it. So Umar, are you a course student? Do I know you? Umar. I'm going to say that a million times. Umar. You can put in whenever you want to. So today I want to talk about something that's some characters might think it's controversial. This character doesn't think it's controversial at all. This character thinks what we're going to talk about today is the facts, just the facts, ma'am, just the facts. That's it. That's what we're going to talk about today. So the title of today's, aka Vera. Thank you. Okay, Vera. So today, we're going to talk about something that this character, for all the years that this character's been around, I'll be 60 in September. And all the studying I've done, all the practicing I've done, everything that I've done for many, many years. And this has always been in the back of this character's brain and this mind, that there is something that is not talked about very much, right? And it's denied. This thing is denied. And which makes total sense that this thing is denied. And that is that religion and spirituality are really just there to serve the separated self or ego's need to deny death. Let me say it again. The religion and spirituality are only there to fill the ego or separated self's need to deny death. Right? So, as you may know, you may have seen, we talked about this before. There's a concept called memento mori, which is about being at one with death. This was from the ancient Greeks. And it's all about accepting your death. Now, accepting your death is a very different thing than realizing, as the Course would say, that there is no death, that there is no body. But if there is an association to a body, to a character, actually, because the character lives in the body, right? So whatever your character is, it lives in a body. And so if you have an associate, if that's your primary association, if that's a primary association for you, that you are the character and that you are a body, then of course you can just look back through ancient times, all times, that there is a need to, now I'm going to put a caveat on this, either to deny death or to explain death. Those are very different things. So spirituality and religion, both of those things, I know that they're whatever, it's all semantics, it doesn't even are ways that they are structures that the egoic mind creates to make sense of the mystery of what's going to happen. Who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? Right? I just thought of a musical song that if I sang it, you wouldn't even know it, but it doesn't even matter because you're not allowed to sing on YouTube. But okay, so here's the deal. There is from the Course in Miracles point of view, there's only one of us here, right? There's not a Vera, there's not a Max, there's not a Jane, there's not a Jose, and there's not a whatever. There's only one that has felt in the egoic self as a separation, right? So that separation, that perceived separation, let me say that again, that perceived separation bore the ego. So the ego was born when that perceived separation came into the mind of the son or the daughter or whatever, it doesn't matter. Once that happened, there was this, still is, because there's no time, there is this lost feeling, lost, right? In A Course in Miracles, it would say that everyone here in this space and time continuum, everyone feels like an alien here. And that is true. Everyone feels like somehow this isn't their home. Now, this has been happening. There is no time, but this has been happening forever. That there is something within the individual that is saying, I'm lost. I need to find my way home. This is one of the reasons why E.T. is such a perfect film, because it talks about the ego, the separated self's need to what? E.T. find home. E.T. find home, right? E.T. find home is deep. And if you look, speaking of that, if you look at many, 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 many children's stories, they're very much in alignment with the truth, right? So E.T. phone home, that's a universal, it's universal, right? Looking, finding, I'm lost, I need, I lost, I need. Now, spirituality is a way to say, I'm not from here. I don't want to die. I want to keep living. There's nothing wrong. And first of all, these conversations, there's nothing wrong and there's nothing right. We just look at how life works, how the egoic mind works, how the illusion works, all of that. So that when you look at how the illusion works, how the rat race works, maybe something else might dawn on you. Something that I cannot explain, obviously. It's so, because it's unexplainable. Vera says, not a registered student. However, I'm your YouTube student. Thank you. Thank you. So there's this denial of death. There's this denial of a perceived separation. It's a perceived separation. It's a perceived death, right? So we run around the world, the little characters, the little rats, the little ants in the ant farm, run around the world denying death. Run around the world. Now think about this. How many choices your character makes and has made because it is a survival choice. There's nothing wrong with this. Just look at it. When we make choices, survival choices, there's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing right with it. It's just a survival choice. A survival choice in some ways can be interpreted as a denial of death. Now, this is one thing that's true. That word right there, fear, all fear comes back to the fear of death. If you have any fear at all, I don't care if it's talking to someone, if it's heights, if it is public speaking, if you go back, you will see that it is a fear of death. Ultimately, the core of it is a fear of death. You will die. You will die. You will die. Now, I want to say this really quickly because I don't want it to escape my brain. This week, I saw Inside Out 2, and I highly recommend everyone see that movie. Even if you didn't see the first movie, but the first movie is good. I think this one's better. Please go see that because because we talk about how the mind works. This is scientifically, psychologically based stuff that we know because this is a spiritual, psychological training, right? So go see Inside Out 2. That's one thing. Now, if we're denying death our whole life, then whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever our actions are somehow based on some form of denial. Some form of denial, right? This teaches you you're not a body, that you are spirit. Hello, my friend. Yes, it was amazing. It was amazing. We can talk a long time about that movie. Go see it. So this teaches you you're not a body. But you can be taught you're not a body. You can be told you're not a body, all that stuff. But here's the deal. Let me say, here's the deal again. Stop. Don't get into that thing, Max. A fundamental knowing you're not a body is a very different thing than reading from a book you're not a body. This is why one of the things that we talk about here all the time is what Umar said, the character, right? You are not the character. When something begins to dawn on no one, because there is no you, because what you think is you is a fiction. When you start to have that healthy objectivity from that character, from the history, from the dreams, from the whatever it happens to be, from the physicality, when there is a healthy objectivity, that's the word I love to use, from that character, then it starts to become more plausible and more real and more acceptable that maybe you're not a body. If you're not a character, then you're not a body. So if you're not a body, then what are you? Because if you're a body, then you're at the whim of death at any moment. You could walk outside and a building could fall on you. I live in New York City. You could walk outside and there was a whole bunch of fire trucks outside a little while ago. They had their ladder up, and I was thinking to myself, wonder if those ever fall. But anyway, this is why memento mori is such an incredible concept, because it is talking about now, this is going to sound like a negative thing psychologically. It's not what you're talking about, dissociative disorder. That's not what we're talking about, right? In A Course in Miracles, it would say your vulnerabilities are your invulnerabilities. The acceptance that there is a body, acceptance that this thing could go. You could break your arm. You could get cancer, you could run a marathon, but it's not you. It's a car, it's a body. And so that's not dissociation, that's accepting that this is what it is, right? So the more that you're able to really accept that there's a character and there's something else happening, the more that you might be able to begin to accept, or not you, something begins to dawn on no one that death is just another story. Right? Spirituality and religion can be used for anything, really. My thesis here, my argument here, is that most of the time, spirituality and religion tends to be about eternal life. So that once you die, you have this guarantee that you're not going to die. That's denial. You're going to die. You're going to die. Okay, take a big deep breath. There's an app, and I can't remember. My friend told me about it because she knows I love this topic, and she knows that I'm all about memento mori. And this app Should have thought about it. This app helps you to accept death. That death is your friend, that death is with you all the time, right? There's another video here that I did specifically about memento mori, so go look for that if you're interested. Now, so this app, every once in a while on your phone, it comes up and it goes, remember, you're going to die. Just in case you forgot, you're going to die. What is that doing? That is training yourself to be like, okay. Okay, what's coming up for anybody here? Thank you for being here, first of all. What is the questions or the comments for anyone? And if you're watching on the replay, you can put them down below and I will definitely answer them. Shiny noses. Shine, 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 shine. What else? It's a conversation here. So I just talked for 20 minutes. Now you can talk. You can always talk when you're here. You can always be like, I'm going to put something in the chat and then we'll talk about it. So what's coming up for you about this? Spirituality is really just made for denying death. Nothing. If you're watching this on the replay, hopefully you're writing something in the comments that's coming up for you. Okay, let's give it a couple minute or two. See what happens. All right, everybody. Okay, since it's not bringing up anything for anybody, we'll move on. I will see you again for sure. Make sure that you go to my website and sign up for my weekly newsletters every month. I mean, every Sunday I send out a new article based on one of these talks that I give. So there's lots of articles there. This is my book that is available on Amazon.com. And I'm writing my new book right now, compiling it, putting it all together. And if you want to know anything about more about me, if you'd like to book a time with me, I have private students that I work with. I also have groups that I work with, you can go to maxryan.net. And if you'd like to make any kind of donation from getting value from what we do here, then that would be appreciated. All right? Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. And please let me know if you need anything. All right. Have a great one. Oh, happy 4th of July here in I was going to say New York in the United States.